Okay, welcome everyone to a new Hive game of the week. We're gonna see a game from the Have Fair Play Cup, the Fish and Chips team, the British team against the Humble Hive Boys. So we're gonna have also a moment where White missed a nice win, and you can use it as a puzzle. You can stop the video and try to guess it. Let's start. So White played the Ladybug and Black went for the Grasshopper, and Black went for the anti-spawn defense. So a slightly different one compared to the usual, which used the Ladybug, but still the idea is the same, right? If you remember one of the previous videos, the idea is mainly to avoid a direct drop from a beetle on top of the Black Queen. Here there is another interesting idea, a typical method to try to qualify for the win. Qualifying means trying to get rid of Pillbug, basically neutralize the Pillbug. A common method is using mosquito to harass the Pillbug, basically. So you're threatening now, White is threatening now to throw the Pillbug away, so move the Pillbug around somewhere far from the Queen. So a typical response from Black is actually to place a new piece here, like an ant, to anchor the Pillbug here, such that the White mosquito is not able anymore to throw the Pillbug away, right? The problem is that allows White to this will allow White to place a beetle in a very aggressive position, and if Black pins the beetle, then White has the chance to throw the Pillbug here and free the mosquito, and now the mosquito can easily cover the Black Queen or the Black Beetle, the Black Pillbug. The problem is also that given the unfortunate position of the Black mosquito, Black can't really place another piece here to recover the mosquito, for instance, because it will just lose in one move, right? White ant will just fill the last spot. So Black decided to play a different move, which is playing a Black mosquito here. So this is a different approach, and this in this case is the correct one. So it doesn't care. Black doesn't care too much about White throwing the Pillbug away, but tries to compensate that, getting some more mobility. Okay. So a trade-off. White neutralized the Pillbug, but Black will get some more mobility in compensation. So White throw the Pillbug away, as expected. He could have waited some more moves, but decided to do it straight away. Another option was to go again with a beetle attack. In this case, it's a bit different though, because the mosquito can pin the beetle, and now we have actually the ant here self-pinning, like anchoring the Pillbug here. So White doesn't have that maneuver anymore that we saw in the variation before, where the Pillbug was thrown away. At the same time, the mosquito can cover the beetle and shut down mosquito power as well. So basically, two beetles, the beetle and the mosquito, are neutralized by one mosquito only, which is usually quite a good and nice thing for Black, like for the defender. Of course, White still has another beetle, so it can potentially still qualify for the win, but it becomes harder, and I will feel quite comfortable in this position for Black, for example. So let's get back to actual game. What happened is White pull away the Pillbug, and Black pins the White ant. It had no other option basically, because the mosquito was self-pinned. So he needs to move the ant first in order to be able to move the mosquito. White plays a new ant, and Black tries to sacrifice an ant in order to place the last ant. The idea is that if the ant is placed here, for example, giving the power to the mosquito, white could have pinned the mosquito straight away, or the ant as well. And this is what we call also compound attack. So you pin the ant and you attack the queen at the same time, because ant is in a kill spot. So black tries to yes, to invite white to pin this ant here, which is not happening. White decides to go straight for the mosquito. Again, a compound attack. At the same time, what black would have achieved if white had pinned this is that this Pillbug is not cannot be thrown back into a kill spot by the white mosquito, right? So basically, white doesn't have anything to gain from pinning this ant here, and decides to go for pinning the black mosquito instead. Okay. The downside of this is, of course, that black will get even more mobility now. Okay, he has got two black mobile ants. This one next to the Pillbug is sort of temporarily out of use because, as we said, we probably want we don't want to give white option to move the Pillbug around into a kill spot. But still, I mean, one mobile ant is enough to pin the last white ant. So black is sort of ahead in the end game. White is trying to focus on the attack. White's next move was this, trying to take one of the two kill spots. Black pins the spider. Finally, the Pillbug is placed down. Probably was not necessary to play it straight away. There was no danger for white queen to be choked. So there was always an option for white to play the Pillbug later on. But I guess there were other ideas. I just want to be safe. It doesn't want to place the ant, of course, because that will be pinned, as we said. And now white has got all the ants completely blocked. So I think it's just waiting a bit more. Black used the grasshopper here as a defensive piece. So it's not aiming to somewhere in particular. Okay, but if white decides to pin this this grasshopper in the future, there will be trigger points on both sides. Okay, and it will be it will trigger some defensive options for black. Okay, this is the main idea. Other than that, probably black could have decided to go straight with the beetle, with the idea of climbing up and counterattacking, but probably thought there was no rush for that, and the priority was actually defending. So okay, this seems a good option. Creating some future trigger points. White goes for this with the idea probably of going into this, like filling into this elbow, and free the ladybug to attack one of these kill spots. Notice that white doesn't have very good angles of attack. I mean, other than an ant, which will be pinned in one move, the other pieces cannot reach the other two kill spots very easily. Probably white could have played the Pillbug here on the flank, like where the grasshopper is placed, rather than place a grasshopper here, because it really requires a few moves now to attack. Black goes now for the beetle plan, which seems sensible. Black doesn't want to attack straight away with an ant, and not to give up on the ant game, because now would be actually good for white. I mean, not good, but it will be it will make sense for white to place an ant, and if black pins the ant, then black has wasted a move. Okay, it's still possible, and this is still okay for black, but there's no rush in playing that, like pinning the queen straight away, if you can place a beetle down, which is something you're gonna do anyway. White goes for this, freeing the ladybug. Notice that it also frees this black grasshopper. It's probably not a good idea to move it, because that would pin your own beetle. Of course, the idea could be to free the mosquito, for example. So it was another option. But what black does instead is just to use this white hopper as a new path to the white queen. So notice that black would need 1, 2, 3 moves to cover the queen in this position, but now it only requires 2 moves. So it's quite a double-edged idea for white, I think. It could have probably considered other options. But yeah, this is what happened. And white keeps like frees the ladybug in order to keep attacking. The idea here is, as we've seen before, to pin a piece onto the queen, at the same time limiting the black mobility. Now white has only 2 kill spots left to fill, and 1 free ladybug. Now it's time for okay, black plays ladybug here, sorry. White goes for the ant now, and black decides to pin, which seems quite a natural thing to do, but this is a blunder actually. This is the moment you can pause the video and think for a minute and try to find a winning sequence for white. Okay, white wins in 2 moves exactly. This is the solution. The solution is black could have played now the Pillbug here, okay? And now the last kill spot can be taken by 2 pieces, either the ladybug, or if any of these 3 ants pins the ladybug, then white has a good angle of attack on the last kill spot, okay? Also be careful not to do the other way around, because now the mosquito has Pillbug power and black would just escape with the queen. So this doesn't work, but this one does work very well. Unfortunately for Randy, he missed this this mate in 2. And what happened was instead that white decided to go on with the beetle, which is, if you haven't calculated this winning sequence, seems sensible. A bit slow though, placing the beetle here. Maybe beetle here would have been another interesting option. I mean, black can always spin it, of course, but I think white obtains more angles of attack. And I mean, in this position, oh well, no, in this position actually this doesn't work anymore. It's because black would pin the ladybug, okay, and now the spider doesn't have the right angle of attack again. Yeah, white decided to, oops, no, not there. No, not there, come on. No, okay. Here, and black probably realized it was a mistake and self-pin the anchors the Pillbug here, with a spider, so that white doesn't have that winning sequence anymore. This gives an extra tempo to white, but we'll see that unfortunately is not enough. This beetle has too close to the white queen, and at the same time, the grasshopper here, you remember that was placed at the beginning and it was not clear why, he gives extra defensive option now to black, okay? Once the ladybug is moved here, now black can decide which grasshopper to move now. Defending, and if the grasshopper number 1 moves away, also attack at the same time. So definitely this gives black an advantage in tempo, other than mobility advantage he already has. This was probably an idea. Oh, sorry. What happened in the game instead is this. White keeps attacking, covering the grasshopper here, but black can defend and attack at the same time, and now is definitely ahead in tempo. Notice also that white doesn't have a good angle of attack for this last kill spot, which means doesn't have any piece that can easily be placed and moved. So black now can win in 1, okay, covering the queen, 2, placing an ant here, and 3, going down with the beetle, okay. White could potentially win in 3 as well, okay, but it doesn't have any good spawn points, okay, it doesn't have anywhere where to place new piece. So black just goes on, and black can basically ignore the threat and win in the next move. So white should have actually tried to find another kind of defense here. Now is definitely too late, so there's no way for white to free any of their pieces. I mean, an extreme measure would be to create a ring here, but that wouldn't change actually much. Black will shift the pin. White can keep creating pins, but that doesn't change the fact that black can easily win. It has enough ants free to take all the kill spots. So now it's definitely too late. We have to go back probably a couple of moves here. Instead of attacking, white could have probably placed a ladybug here with the idea of having a free grasshopper here, okay. This is it's quite different, and now black has got only 2 mobile ants and 3 kill spots. If give ups one of the 2, there's chance for white to still play. And let's see, after this move, actually white is not in good shape here either. Yeah, because this spider is actually self-pinning the white hand, which is not a great thing to have. So black has played pretty well, defending and attacking at the same time. Let's just see the final sequence. No, it wasn't like this. Let's go back. So yeah, it's a good game showing how to react to a Pillbug harassment. No, sorry. This variation. This is not the variation played. Yeah, this was a variation played in black. Takes a last kill spot and then wins. So it's a good example of how black can react against the Pillbug harassment, and in general how to use well the mobility of your ants. But at the same time, It's also a good lesson to always stop and think when there are only 2 or 3 kill spots left, especially if there are only 2 kill spots left. Just stop and try to think if there are options to fill them quickly, because there might be hidden option that you haven't realized before. And yeah, not to miss some winning sequences in 2 or 3 moves. Okay, this is all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget the Board Space Open tournament, valid for the qualification to the World Hive Championship. Starts in 3 days. There's still time to register. Bye, everyone.